following dramatization is based on personal interviews, books, newspapers, magazine accounts, and the reports of the Presidential Commission and the House Committee on the Challenger accident. This picture was researched with the consultation of the National Aeronautics and Space Administration and was filmed at the Johnson Space Center and at Clear Lake, Texas.
Hello, I'm Krista McAuliffe, talking to you from the flight deck of the Space Shuttle Challenger. We're in orbit now, and we've just stowed our seats. Since we're weightless, we won't be bolting them back in again until our return to Earth. Let me tell you, being launched into space is every bit as thrilling as they said it would be. When those main engines ignite, and right after them the solid rocket boosters, and you're just hurled upwards, well, it's something unusual in this school teacher's life. By the time the shuttle reaches the top of the tower, you're going 100 miles an hour. 2 minutes later, you're leaving the Earth at 3,000 miles an hour.
3,312.5.
I knew that.
She's within 10%. That's good enough for high school.
Not in my class.
I'll vouch for that. I watched you correct her homework papers.
All right, class, order, order. Please, Krista, go on.
Now I'd like you to meet our crew. This is the flight deck, and on my left is our commander, Richard Scobie. We call him Sco. He's one of the few enlisted men to have become an astronaut, and we're very proud that he's our commander.
Boy, look at those lovebirds holding hands. Frightening.
Don't make fun of romance, honey, or I'm going to knock you upside your head. You're a country boy. Well?
Come on, let her rehearse.
Well, who's next, Krista?
On my right is my husband, Stephen McAuliffe. He'll be... Oh, no, honey, you won't be on the flight, will you?
No, I'll be home doing the breakfast dishes.
Wait a minute. Let's put some order into this. The man really on her right will be our pilot, Michael Smith. And I'm Judy Resnick, the flight engineer.
Now, she sits right behind Scob and me, And during the ascent phase and on our return to Earth, she watches us to make sure that we do everything right. And everybody else watches her.
Except you, I'm sure.
Except me, of course. I'm always looking over at you, hon.
I'm getting to like this role, Krista. You play the flight engineer.
Take it, JR.
And now, from the coffee fields of the Kona Coast, one of the macadamia nuts.
And the man who still thinks I shouldn't be on this mission.
That's right. What do you have against us teachers, Elle?
Hey, nothing against teachers.
Hey, wait, let me introduce him. Mission Specialist Ellison Onizuka.
Come on, Elle, give us your deepest thoughts. You'll feel better.
Well, we just scrubbed for the second time. Why? Because the shuttle is the most complicated machine ever built. You know, they call it operational, but it isn't. It's still experimental.
I'm going whatever they call it, so move over, Elle.
And if it's experimental, only professional astronauts should be flying it. Which doesn't mean I won't enjoy going with Krista.
What about me, Elle? Glad to be flying with me?
Oh, no, you're too much of an achiever. You got all these doctorates from MIT.
Hey, what are you, a pineapple picker from Kealakekua?
All right, let's get back on track here. NASA's #1 laser physicist, the man who launched our Spartan satellite to photograph Halley's Comet.
And the sweetest sax player this side of Mars.
Mission Specialist Ron McNair.
And don't forget, Elle, black belt in karate.
Ooh, show him, honey. Kick somebody.
And finally, from Hughes Aircraft, my fellow outsider on the flight, Greg Jarvis.
That's my hero. All right, Krista, that was perfect chaos.
It was flawless, Ashley. You'll be fine when you do it from space tomorrow.
I wish we didn't have to wait until tomorrow. I could go out right now and get on board.
Well, I wouldn't quite yet. The way I see this weather, none of us will be flying tomorrow.
I know everybody's a little frustrated. It's our fourth scrub in the last month. But let's work on a quick turnaround, huh? Any contractors see any change in their flight readiness?
No.
Okay. Let's schedule launch for 0938 tomorrow morning. Now, very important. Extremely cold temperatures into the low 20s have been forecast for tonight. How will this affect each of you? Lockheed?
If temperatures get down to the low 20s, we'll have a hard freeze for sure. We've never launched at anything close to that. I'll have to get more information, Arnie.
Rockwell?
We need to figure these temperatures into our data, but it looks possible.
Larry?
I can't give a definite yet. I want to find out if this kind of cold would trigger a violation of the launch commit criteria on the solid rocket boosters.
All right. Jesse and I will be in the ops center. Lewis, give me the firing room.
Right. Right, Arnie.
"24-hour turnaround. Go with a soft count. Right, Gene. 4, 3, 2, and... There it goes, folks. Countdown has begun. All right.
Well,
Wondering what it's going to be like up there, Krista?
No, I was back in the past. 6 months ago, the day I was chosen. I was a small-town school teacher. The closest I'd ever been to flying anything was the coach section of an airliner. I never could have imagined that I'd be here now, the night before a launch. All of us having become the family that we are. Any of you remember what you were doing July 19th?
Sweating. Well, that's the main thing you do in Houston on July 19th.
I think Lorna was giving me problems on July 19th. But that could have been any day.
What were you remembering, Krista?
I'd rather hear what you were doing back then.
No, we'll catch up with you. Come on. Come on.
Well, it was an absolutely crazy morning. NASA had brought all 10 of us finalists to Washington, and the winner was going to be announced at a ceremony at the White House. But we wanted to know ahead of time. We didn't want to find out at the same moment as the rest of the country. But Anne Bradley was in charge, and she absolutely would not tell us.
It's out of my control, everyone. The White House will administer floggings if the winner's name leaks. They're acting like this is a national security issue.
And I think what you should do is call the White House and tell them that the teachers aren't coming unless we know in advance who the winner is.
Yes, now you're
Exactly. I think that's a great idea. You absolutely cannot tell anyone.
Hey,
I mean it.
come on.
I'll tell you at the end of lunch.
What do your kids think?
My kids are a little too young to understand their mother wanting to go up into space. I mean, how do they explain that to their friends?
No. Well, how's your husband holding up?
It's rough. He says he's writing an article on child management through the massive use of cornflakes.
Better tell him to stock up on a lot more cornflakes, Krista.
Excuse me?
You're going. You're the one going up in space.
Krista, I am so happy for you. So sad for me.
Terrible. We should all be going up in space together.
And Barbara Morgan is the alternate. And I might as well spill everything. The rest of you will be employed by NASA for a year.
Do you realize? I don't. It just doesn't seem possible. Actually, going into space. You think there'll be a recount?
Krista, even if there were a recount, you'd still win again.
It's not often that a teacher is at a loss for words. I know my students would agree. I've made 9 wonderful friends in the last 2 weeks. And when that shuttle goes, there might be one body. But there's going to be 10 souls I'm taking with me. Thank you.
We'll only practice about an hour today, Scope.
Why is that?
Yeah, the other aircraft's in maintenance, so this one's on overload.
Weren't you scheduled to get another landing trainer?
Yeah, we keep asking.
And they keep promising. Still looking for a January launch, Scope?
They don't change payload or add a congressman. Think I'm gonna go even if no one else is ready.
I agree. You're ready for a real one.
What number is this? You got it there?
Yes, sir. You're getting close to your 900th shuttle landing rehearsal, Commander.
It's okay, Scope. You get the hang of it pretty soon.
Yeah, well, I hope so. The folks with me are going to be real interested in how I fly the shuttle.
Hey, that's right. You got the teacher.
Uh-huh. How'd you find that out? We just heard.
They tell the important people first.
That a good idea, Scope? You like the idea of an outsider getting a seat on your shuttle?
Well, it torqued me at first. You know, we got guys in this program who've been waiting 15 years to fly, and then they lose their seat to somebody who just walks in off the street. But I like the idea of us sending the first lesson from space. Now, I think a lot will depend on what this Krista person is like.
All right, let's fly the shuttle. Your Scope.
Ooh, what do I do first? Hold this?
You're offline.
Right, I see it.
one thing. If you break through cloud coverage at 7,000 feet and you're off flying that far, I'll jump on it even quicker. Get it corrected right now.
Right. I can do better. Watch this next one.
How soon can we get inside and take a look at the O-rings?
We'll start taking it apart tomorrow. In a couple of days, we'll give you everything you want.
These horizontal tests don't give us what we want. The only thing that'll give us real information is the vertical firing under flight conditions.
We fire it the way we're told to, Roger. We know that, Stan. If you try to test one of these things vertically, there's no way to hold it down. It'll launch itself.
Fine, but the only way to know exactly what we've got is with a vertical firing. Somebody ought to tell management that.
Well, we can't tell nothing to nobody today. It's quitting time. How about a beer?
We don't drink in my family.
Okay. Come on over to the bowling alley. Knock down some pins. It'll make you feel mighty. See you in a couple of days.
Typical. Nobody seems to take this problem seriously.
I'll bet 90% of the people who work here don't even know what an O-ring is, let alone there's a serious problem with them. Real discouraging.
What's discouraging is Morton Thiokol not getting off its behind and doing something about it.
Right.
They got their contract with NASA, the shuttle is flying. Why talk about problems is their attitude.
Well, they'll have to talk about this one. I hear if this O-ring problem isn't solved soon, NASA will be looking for another contractor.
No way. If NASA dropped Morton Thiokol, they'd have to suspend the shuttle program for a year, redesign the entire booster, start a whole new test program. You know that's not going to happen.
It's ni, sa, she, it's ni, sa, she, it's ni.
Yame. Ray. Cesar. Do you study karate to fight others? Charlotte.
I study karate to improve myself through self-discipline and self-criticism, to learn to overcome failure, hardship, and fear.
For what other purpose do you learn karate? Al.
To know courage and beauty through karate, the warrior finds the beauty that lies in a lily, in music, and the knowledge of what he might become.
Is this a moment in which to fight or to smile? Okay. See you Thursday.
Sensei, did you hear you're going to have that teacher on your shuttle?
I did, yes.
What's that gonna be like? I mean, you're this brain already been in space, and she's a high school teacher. Who's gonna be teaching who?
Well, that's not the question. I mean, the question is, where's the opportunity here?
I knew he was gonna turn his back on me.
Why is she going into space? And who'll be listening when she's teaching? Calvin?
Us?
Us. And when the teacher is giving her lesson, I'll be staring down into your classroom to see if you are listening. Hmm?
Say, Roger, you got a minute? Come on over. I hear you've had a couple of new thoughts.
Yes, I do. I wrote a memo to Bob Lund about it.
Well, what's the meat of it? Would you mind telling us?
Well, I think we've had a mistaken position. We believe we can get a new design going for the O-ring and continue to fly without any real worry.
So what's changed? We're working on the new design.
Well, we sure as hell have to keep flying. NASA's nearly doubled the schedule for next year.
I don't think we have to fly. I mean, we're sending those shuttles up like they can't fail or something. It's a different ballgame since Flight 17.
I don't see it's a different ballgame. There's a problem, and we gotta fix it. Isn't that what you're saying, Roger?
I'm saying that, and I'm saying something else, too.
Well, come on, you have to play this for drama. Just say what you gotta say.
Since Flight 17, we know something we didn't know before. The primary O-ring can fail completely. If that ever happens in one of the major sections of the rocket, it's a jump ball as to whether the joint holds or fails. If it fails, there'll be a catastrophe of the highest order. Loss of human life. The shuttle, the launch pad, all of it.
Roger, you're keyed up about the O-ring problem because O-rings is what you work on. It's what you see every day. I want you to know there are other major problems on the shuttle. Cracks in the blades of the main engines, brakes, computer malfunctions. If any one of these fail, it could bring the same devastation you're talking about. Now, we got to fix this O-ring problem. There's no question about that. But, Roger, the shuttle has flown 19 times, and it's come back 19 times. Our job isn't to run around like Chicken Little hollering the sky is falling. It's to fix this problem, and when the next problem comes up, fix that and keep that shuttle flying.
Do you remember Claire?
Oh, yeah, red hair?
Right. We saw her at the PTA meeting.
Uh-huh.
Well, her husband's this race nut, and he has a soundtrack of cars screaming around the Indy track.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to play it as background for your morning preparations.
Well, very funny, no. We're on overload today, hon. Scobie's going to Washington. I've got to fly to the Cape to check out that escape system, then get back for the seminar on fire control that we're having here this afternoon. Then I've still got to bone up for the standalone sim that we're having Wednesday.
Well, there's only one way. Plan the work
And work the plan. Otherwise, it'll never get done.
Right. Talking of plan and work,
Yeah?
do you think we could work in some family time?
Oh, yeah, we have to. When?
I don't know. You tell me. Saturday?
40 minutes right after lunch. I could probably do that.
A full 40 minutes? Oh, my. Now, I didn't dare hope we'd free up that kind of time.
Hon, I know. It's just that there are so many things that I've got to get done. Come on, say goodbye to the kids.
When will you be back, Dad?
Saturday, right in time for Janelle's soccer game.
You missed the last one, so be sure.
You won't be back in time, Al.
Why?
Why? When you go to the Cape, you get back late.
Sometimes.
Usually.
Hey, if I don't get here, it's because something made it impossible. I get here as soon as I can.
And mostly it's when we're already asleep and then you're gone before we get up. We know you've been here by the laundry you leave.
Try to get here, Dad. I need help with my algebra, too.
I'll be here. We'll do the algebra right after the game, okay?
Okay.
Now, keep my record of punctuality perfect. I lift the tawny Hawaiian body out of here.
Aloha.
What time is your...
Well, there's no mystery about who you are.
Or you. I've seen your picture.
Dick Scobie.
Hi. Nice to meet you.
Quick, what's 9 times 7?
68.
Well, that's within 10%. I think that's close enough, don't you?
Not in my class.
Please. It's nice to meet you. Please sit down. So, NASA asked me to meet with y'all and tell you something about the shuttle. Who's got the first question?
I do.
Go ahead.
What do we call you?
Well, Dick is fine. Mostly people call me Scobe. I picked that up in grammar school.
Commander?
Commander, no, you wouldn't use except during a mission. And even then, we're more informal, unless there's a crisis. Not that it fixes the crisis, so people start calling me Commander.
How often is there likely to be a crisis?
Well, they don't appear on schedule, of course. Most of them occur during ascent and when we come back to Earth. So that's why we practice those the most. How are you in the crisis, Krista?
All right, I think. High school teachers have all kinds of crises to deal with.
Oh, here. How do you get to be commander of a shuttle? I mean, I guess these are pretty primitive questions, but we're just getting into this NASA world, you know.
No, that's fine. Most of us were test pilots.
Weren't you in the military?
The Air Force. 23 years ago, I was an enlisted man in San Antonio fixing piston engines on C-124s.
How did you get from there to here?
Well, I guess I must have married the right woman. June and my wife and I, we both decided there was more to life than me fixing engines and her being a waitress. So we entered college. I graduated from the University of Arizona and went into pilot training.
And June?
Well, I think you all have a friend in June. She's now an assistant professor at the University of Houston.
Oh, great story.
There's something that I'd like to know. Do you ever get scared flying into space?
No, not scared. We've all been fighting too hard to get up there. By the time you become a commander of a shuttle mission, you've been in the program about 8 years, and you've done over 2,000 hours in the sims and simulators. So, during a mission, you're not afraid for your life. You're just afraid of screwing up.
Senator Garn said he felt safer flying in space than he did going down the George Washington Parkway at rush hour.
Sure. Well, he wouldn't be. Flying the shuttle involves real danger. You're sitting on top of a controlled explosion at launch. Solid rockets generate 44 million horsepower, and each one contains 500 tons of explosive fuel. So you light them and you ride them until they burn out 2 minutes later because there's no way to shut it down. It would be very easy for something to go wrong.
And yet you're not scared. And even after what you've just told us, neither am I.
That's the way you have to feel when you're an astronaut.
Morning, everybody. Let me remind you, this is a level 1 meeting. We're going to be deciding on a couple of very critical issues here today. And I put the O-ring problem right at the top of those issues. Larry Malloy will begin.
We've got a hard question to answer today. Is it safe to continue flying the shuttle? Now, if quit should be said, this is the time to say it. In the original design of the solid rocket booster, no erosion of O-rings was ever anticipated. No such possibility was ever even mentioned. O-ring erosion occurred in the second flight of the shuttle. Now, we didn't know how serious a problem it was. We decided, since every O-ring in the solid rocket booster has a backup, a secondary O-ring, safety was guaranteed. We decided that we would continue to fly the shuttle, but we would monitor the O-rings very closely. Now, since Flight 2, there have been continuing instances of O-ring erosion. None, however, has been greater than that experienced on Flight 2. So the rationale has become, as long as the O-ring erosion does not exceed that of Flight 2, it's safe to fly. But 2 months ago, post-flight inspection of Flight 17 showed a brand new set of circumstances. An O-ring in a nozzle joint was so badly eroded it didn't seal at all. The secondary O-ring did seal, but it too was badly eroded. Now, this combination of erosions destroyed our rationale that we have a guarantee of safety.
I think that's a pretty fair description. Everybody agree?
Yeah,
Joe?
Well, it was our engineers, obviously, who did the post-flight analysis on 17 and produced these facts. No one is more concerned than us at Morton Thiokol about what they mean.
What do they mean?
Well, let me say first off that I would be lying to you if I told you we know everything about what went wrong on Flight 17.
Well, let me tell you, that's exactly what we've got to know. Everything about what did go wrong on Flight 17. Otherwise, we don't have an answer to our question.
Well, we do have an answer, Larry. Continue flying. That's our recommendation. We've discovered that the nozzle joint was not properly leak-checked. And because of that very serious mistake, both O-rings were made vulnerable to the hot gases. We're making sure that no such aberration happens again. But we believe that that was the cause of the erosion in both O-rings on Flight 17, and that's why we recommend continue flying with proper checks.
Assuming what you say is true, that would explain what happened on Flight 17. It does not explain the whole history of O-ring erosions. Improper leak checks didn't cause all of them. O-ring erosions were not supposed to occur, but they did. And then sometimes they didn't. Why? I keep thinking we're flying rocket boosters we don't really understand.
We are forming an O-ring task force at Morton Thiokol to find out exactly what the problem is and how to fix it. This task force will recommend short and long-range solutions to the O-ring problem.
It's a little late in coming, but it's a good idea.
It's a real good idea, Larry. We'll wrestle this thing to Earth.
All right, but there are conditions. You form that task force immediately and get a report in to me within 2 months.
You got it. The task force begins tomorrow.
We going right to meet the crew? That building over there.
Barbara, why do I suddenly feel so inadequate? Because I am.
I doubt that. They don't expect us to be brilliant yet.
I look around here and I realize how little I know about rockets and space travel. I say the words, space travel, and I think, is that me I'm talking about?
You're right. It's intimidating.
Now, ladies, the crew's very busy on some highly technical work, so we'll just sort of tiptoe in, okay? Just try not to disturb anything.
Well, is it all right to go in?
Should we wait? It'll be all right.
Hi. I'm El Onizuka. We'd like to welcome our journalist in space.
Teacher in space, fool. Good morning, Krista. I'm the well-behaved one, Mike Smith.
That is not the truth. He's always late to class, he doesn't complete his homework assignments, and he uses bad words. I'm the good student. I'm McNair.
They're all truants, Krista. You and I will have to take this bunch of dead-end kids on together. I'm Judy Resnick.
Hi.
I see you in all the best places. Welcome aboard, Krista.
Thank you.
All together now.
Good morning, Mrs. McAuliffe.
Good morning, class.
Teacher, can you tell me?
What's the capital of Kansas?
What are the primary colors?
Ready to buy some beers tonight?
No way.
So we about ready, Jerry?
Pretty much. Got something good worked out for us?
You won't sleep through it.
I want to be told if Mike eats a donut. We've got a $100 bet.
Which I practically won.
You wish.
We're gonna be tough today. You win a beer, you'll learn it. Better get your money out now, Buford.
That's it on the Uber 10.
You seem especially vindictive today. Okay, be ready to begin a cabin leak. It's 6 minutes before main engine cutoff.
Okay.
How many of these do you want?
Got two. Come on, I didn't have breakfast, William.
At 2 minutes before cutoff, fail the computers.
Computer switches.
Got them?
Let them be vindictive. They won't get one by us.
Show it on monitor.
Yes.
There'll be a port. Bring it up now. You got my little green pen?
No, you've got pins right there in your pocket.
No, but I like the one with the little...
Ready? All right, we're reset. Okay, let's tighten up.
Okay, resetting. I want that cabin leak right after liftoff.
Okay, it says a 6-inch hole in the cabin. That'd be big enough to pull people through. Must mean 6/10 minutes.
Yeah, 6/10. It couldn't be 6
Okay.
inches. Ready in the simulator?
Ready.
Ready. It's getting boring up here.
Asshole, please forgive. All right, start them. T-minus 8 seconds.
Okay, we have 3 engines burning at 100%.
3, 2, 1.
Houston, roll program.
Roger, roll Challenger.
LVLH.
Throttle down. And throttle up. Go throttle up, Challenger.
Roger, go throttle up.
Booster separated.
Negative return.
Roger.
Challenger, press to orbit.
Roger, press to orbit.
Cabin leak, Scope. Relief valves
Already checked.
What's cabin pressure?
down to 14.2 psi.
There's nothing to do except cycle the relief valves.
That's right.
Right, and they're closed.
How rapid did you make it? Not a gusher.
No, it's right. It's real.
Stand by for a curveball in a couple of minutes.
I'm ready. I got a good one for him.
We didn't stop the leak. Better get ready to abort.
Yeah. We've got the velocity for Dakar, Kinshasa.
There's a Club Med at Dakar. Let's go there.
I'm slowing the leak. Give him a better chance.
As soon as they pick their abort site, we'll toss in another couple of mouths. Hold on, what's their cabin pressure?
It's dropping. It's close to 10.
I failed a caution warning light. They probably won't notice it yet.
Abort to Dakar. Now.
Abort to Dakar.
Ohms are dumping.
And valves are configured.
What's cabin pressure?
A little under 10 psi. Seems to be slowing slightly.
This is why they get paid the big bucks. Let's beat them up.
I'll kill one of the main engines.
You still gonna make the car?
Trust me.
Go ahead.
Left main engine gone.
Guidance sees it.
Okay, other two engines half throttled up.
Looks like we have enough energy to still make Dakar.
They'll make Dakar, but they'll have to do an ohms burn.
Just main engine cut off.
What's our final velocity?
Not enough. We're gonna have to do an ohms burn.
What a guy, Mike.
External tank separated.
We'll turn off the ohms engines manually once they burn long enough.
I don't know if we have to do that, Scope.
No, they don't have to do that.
When the engine shuts off automatically, they'll see they don't have to do that.
Yep. The computer automatically figures the length of the burn.
Come on, Scope, get your brains together.
Fail an ohms engine.
Right.
Left ohms is down.
Projected burn time will be 2 more minutes.
They'll have to remember to cross-feed the fuel.
They will.
Oh, no, we've got to cross-feed.
It's too late now. We're way past halfway.
I'll be lucky if they have enough fuel to make it through the burn.
I think they'll make it. They should have paid more attention to the checklist.
Ohms burn is finished.
Main engine dump.
Got it. Dumping remaining fuel from the main engines. Good.
Can I put in a communications mouth?
No, they're too busy.
Gee, what did I come for?
You're supposed to bring the donuts.
All right, check the auxiliary power units for body flaps and speed rate.
They're looking good.
Hey, Scobie screwed me up. He went through the checklist so fast I couldn't get my mouth in.
Oh.
Gee, I'll fix that. I'm jamming the gearbox for the speed brakes. That'll keep them fully closed.
Speed brakes are jammed. Well, there's nothing we can do about that. We may have too much energy to land on the runway. Mike, let's plan to bring the gear down early.
High tailwinds over Africa. That's going to keep the energy even higher. Scope, should we try to open the speed brake manually?
No, it's too late. I just tried.
I'm not sure they're gonna make it.
Last time I trust you.
Mike, get the gear down.
We got 3 good gear. He won't get it down on the runway. Altitude 50 feet, speed 250 knots. 30 feet, 230. 20, 230. 10, 210. We're going way too fast.
Touchdown.
Nose gear is down. We're overshooting.
Going to maximum braking.
I'm sorry we gave you so much energy. I want you to make that landing in case you ever do abort the car.
You should have given us something we could solve. We're supposed to be learning something here. What are you guys doing out there?
Yeah, but you know something? What I'm thinking, Scope.
Yeah, you know, I could have taken a wider swing around the hack. I would have dissipated more of the energy.
Yeah, but then you're fighting the computers. They said stay on course.
Yeah, I know, but sometimes you just gotta fly by your gut. You just gotta bring it on in. Tell me about it. You know something else we might have tried?
All right, ready to reset?
Later.
Larry, what went on at that Washington meeting? Are we getting anywhere?
Oh, we're flying, you know that. The conclusion is that the problem with Flight 17 was an improper leak check. If you accept that conclusion, you continue flying.
I don't think that's the question. The question is, are we right to continue flying?
Well, the future will tell us that. Launch criteria prohibit flying the shuttle with a criticality 1 element. Those O-rings are now criticality 1. So, well, what I'm doing is issuing a waiver on each flight as it comes up.
That sure doesn't solve the O-ring problem.
No, sir. The O-ring problem is not solved.
Tell me what's wrong with this story, Larry. Shuttle flies, and we find O-ring erosion, but nothing happens. So we fly some more, and the O-rings erode some more. Then, instead of getting more worried about it, we start getting used to it.
That's the wrong part.
And almost without noticing it, we lower our standards. We start to believe that because we've gotten away with it so many times, we'll keep on getting away with it. Well, we've gotten away with it, but we're not going to get away with it forever, Larry. I want to know how that task force performs, and I want the O-ring problem to have absolute priority.
Yes, sir.
The instructor brings the chair to a stop, and suddenly you feel like you've started to spin in the opposite direction, but you open your eyes and you realize you're standing completely still.
Good. You're picking things up fast. What else are they teaching you?
Well, we're going up in the KC-135 next week.
The vomit comet. Don't worry. Only the men get sick.
Good. There's one other thing I wanted to ask you. What's it like to be up there in space?
I always hate that question.
Why?
Because you can't answer it. Ask me something else.
That's the one thing I've been longing to ask somebody.
All right. I can give you impressions, snapshots. You don't want to come back. You find you left all the stress back on Earth. You're serene. Colors, blue, green, white. You've never seen them that way before. They come flying up to you. Rivers pouring off the continents. The Amazon comes down with a force that sends it 100 miles out into the ocean before it even mixes with the salt water. You find yourself in the fetal position when you sleep, as if you're in a womb. Earth, our little planet, so beautiful. No boundaries on it. No support coming from anywhere outside. It's just there, by itself. You feel protective of it.
I can't wait. I can't wait to share that with my students. Hi.
Hi. Is this for us?
Yes?
Didn't we used to have some children around here?
Scott's practicing late. Allison's at Mary's, and Aaron is staying over with Cynthia.
I see.
We have 2 full hours to do whatever we want.
And just what do we want to do?
Dance?
Dance?
We don't dance much anymore, you know what I mean? I mean, it's just one of those things that glides out of your life, and you forget how you used to do it and how much you enjoyed it. Care to dance with me, Mr. Smith?
Truth? Dancing was not the first thing I was planning on doing when I got home this evening. But, hon, if you want to dance...
I've got a cassette of some South Carolina beach music. How long has that been?
People are going to think they're rednecks from the 60s living in here.
But we're going to start with something else. I've got this all timed, so come on now, darling. I was thinking after you left today about the part of your life I don't share. You know what I mean? I'm not in the simulator when you do something smart and the trainers buy you a beer. I won't be on orbit to see you fly the shuttle back to Earth. I'm here at home. And the Mike I see is the father and the husband. Hi, Mike. I don't know how you can be so terrific as an astronaut and then come home and be so wonderful as a husband and a father. It touches me so.
Honey.
Don't say anything. This is the part I want you to hear.
Did you ever know that you're my hero? Everything I would like to be. I can fly higher than an eagle, 'cause you are the wind beneath my wings.
Don't let's talk about O-rings, though. It's Sunday. And I always think on Sunday, we don't have to talk about the things we talk about the rest of the week.
All right, Mom. I agree. Sundays are special, especially when we have Norma visiting. So tell us what's going on in Salt Lake.
We're doing good. Preaching that every house should have a personal computer bought from us. Sales are up. Doing real good.
See, that's another thing. If we use more computers in our testing, we know a hell of a lot more, a hell of a lot faster.
So easy to slide into this weekday conversation.
I wasn't going to talk about O-rings. I was going to talk about the damn O-ring task force they formed.
Well, didn't you say the task force was a good thing?
That business talk just creeps in, doesn't
I
it?
just want to get this one point cleared up with Norma. The task force is a good thing. But the memo that created it doesn't demand that a solution be produced. It doesn't set a time limit. They just don't care.
How can they not care? They formed the task force.
Keeping things as they are is what they care about.
Dad, do you mean they're actually obstructing the work of the task force? If it would endanger the crew and everything, why would they? It sounds frightening what you're saying, Dad.
I'm not saying they want to endanger the crew. All I'm saying is we don't even know how these O-rings really work, or even if they work. If you're trying to solve that kind of problem, you do it as fast as you can, and you don't keep flying while you're doing it. I'm saying what I know is right.
I'm sure you're right, Dad, but could there be another right? Could the company have a different right and be just as sincere? I'm sorry, Mom. It's just so interesting to me.
It is interesting. I can see that. It's just that it was Sunday.
Ta-da! Oh, neat. It's a little loose. Well, they need to be to work in, don't you know?
Through the hips.
Well, you want them larger there.
Is that comment directed particularly at me?
No. In the weightless state, the blood, instead of heading for the feet the way it does here on Earth, goes to the middle of the body and stays there, don't you know?
Great. I'll tell you one thing. I want to be photographed from the waist up when I'm doing my lessons. That's so lovely.
Also, you know, you'll be an inch and a half taller in space.
Oh,
that's right.
That would help.
These black boots are what you wear for launch.
Oh, very smart.
And these leather-soled woolen moccasins are for comfort in orbit.
Oh, those are terrific. Oh, look at that. My kids don't really believe I'm going up into space. I'd like to walk into their room in the middle of the night with one of those on.
Now, here's something for your diet. Space food. You'll select the meals you eat on orbit. Your meals will be color-coded. We've got 140 food and beverage items. Who wants to go first?
I'll start. It's got cafeteria food beat.
Mm-hmm. They do chicken right. When you're hungry, you just float over, pick out your color, and start back.
Float over. Every once in a while, I sort of stand outside myself, and I realize what I'm doing.
Oh, try the broccoli. It's delicious.
Sprouts.
You want more?
No, you haven't eaten any.
I will. Did Dad call?
No.
Did he say he wouldn't be here for dinner?
No.
Maybe it's one of those times when he says it's impossible to get here.
Yeah, and maybe rain falls up instead of down, too. Eat your fish.
Try 'em. I used to run around the islands picking these when I was a kid.
Oh, good, Al. What you call?
Macadamia nuts. Eat them with your beer. Guaranteed you'll gain 30 pounds in one night.
It's my turn.
Hey, wait a minute. I'm next on that pool game.
Let me go next, Al. I need revenge on Brandenstein.
All right, but I'm next, okay? I got dinner waiting at home.
You should have brought the plans. I could point right to where you should make revisions.
We took a good long look. Those plans don't have to be revised, JR.
Mark, there are 3 specific errors.
Don't exist. We didn't find them.
They do exist. The remote arm cannot grab that satellite the way it's positioned in the payload bay. I'm not guessing at this.
JR, there are 4 of us and 1 of you. Now, 4 guys can't be wrong. Or am I treading on your feminist views?
You're doing worse. You're arguing with someone who knows everything it's possible to know about that remote arm. Think about this, Mark. I'm the one who launches a $50 million piece of equipment off the shuttle in front of the onboard television cameras. And I don't get it wrong. So check it out, okay? And you're treading on my feminist views.
I don't know what to tell you. You want to make a bet you're wrong?
What kind of bet?
Well, if I'm right, you go to dinner with me.
And if I'm right?
Then that would be bad. I'd have to go to dinner with you.
Hey, where are the kids?
They're in bed, El.
Okay, I can work with that. Is dinner ready? Why are you closing the windows? It's hot.
I'm closing the window because I'm going to shout.
Don't.
I am going to eat for 3 weeks straight and make my rear end so big you won't be able to get around it to get into this house. What do you mean coming home at 2:30 in the morning with that breath belching questions like, where are the kids and where's my dinner? I've been waiting, your kids have been waiting, I fixed your dinner, and you didn't even have the decency to call.
But I had a couple of beers at the outpost.
You had 40 beers at the outpost.
Right now. Where's dinner? You said you made dinner.
It's at the bottom of the garbage. You go paw through it.
Lorna, why are we shouting?
You're not shouting, I'm shouting. It's because you're never home. It's because this isn't the life I wanted, and it is because of that stack of technical documents always piled up on that table. I've grown to hate it. I want to burn it. Why can't we have a home without it? A little shack that has nothing to do with NASA.
We can. As soon as the flight is over, we'll take a vacation.
Vacation? That word doesn't exist in your vocabulary. You can't do this, Elle. You can't work 100-hour weeks. And you're away on these Defense Department assignments where we don't know where you are. You call us, but we don't know where you are or when you're coming home. You had 30 days vacation a year. You haven't taken one in the past 7.
NASA is not just my job. It's my life. I made a commitment years ago. You made it with me. Whatever I do, I have to do it well or I don't do it at all. I'll try to do better, Lorna.
No, don't do better. Do worse. Do less. Just stop, Elle. Be with us. The girls and I are a part of your life, too. Just come home. We miss you.
I will. And we take that vacation. I promise.
This is not some grievance committee from the union, Joe. These guys are members of the task force. They have a serious problem.
The problem is the task force isn't getting anywhere. It doesn't have a priority.
Roger, all 3 of you. Morton Thiokol commissioned this task force. We saw a need for it and created it. It has a priority here.
The word priority doesn't mean anything at Morton Thiokol. All priorities have the same priority.
Roger, you work on one component of a single system of which there are hundreds in the shuttle. You know your component well. What you don't know is how a corporation is managed. That's something that I'm paid to know, right? And when I say that something has a priority, by God, it has a priority.
This is a requisition for a function generator. We placed the order priority on September 24th. It's 10 days later, there's still no sign of it. This is a typical experience.
Joe, this is a cry for help. We run into delays everywhere and every time we try to do something. This is a red flag. All right. You better tell me everything you're thinking.
I'll tell you what I'm thinking. I'm thinking maybe Morton Thiokol is trying to slow us down. Maybe they're afraid our task force will find out that the solid rocket boosters never should have been made with O-rings in the first place. That the O-rings can never be made strong enough to contain the hot gases. Maybe that's why we run into so many obstacles.
How dare you make an accusation like that? Do you know what you're saying?
You're darn right I know what I'm saying. I'm saying, what's the explanation of why things go so slow? Even NASA sees we're being blocked. They're sending an engineer next week to monitor the progress of our task force. Did you know about that?
Of course I know that.
We got a problem, Joe. We need a way to get our work done. It's as simple as that.
There's a problem, all right, and I can see it right here in front of me. You people want to go around the established system. That's possible in some cases, but nobody can take shortcuts that risk damaging the flight hardware we produce. Our first job is to provide the boosters that fly that shuttle.
That's the point. We're supposed to find out if it's safe to fly the shuttle, and we can't get our work done.
Oh, you can get your work done. When you come across a problem, you handle it. You don't come crying in here. You don't look for somebody else to get it solved. You solve it. Bob, you've been here a long time. You know what I'm talking about. Now, we want a solution to the O-ring problem from this task force, and we're going to have a solution. And it's going to be one that does not endanger production quality or production schedule. That's what I've got to tell you. That's all. I'm telling you, Joe, Morton Thiokol should not ship any more solid rocket boosters. Not until this O-ring problem is fixed.
excuse me. Aren't you, what's her name?
Yes, Krista McCullough.
Oh, well, congratulations to you going up into space.
Thank you. I can hardly
We won't
wait.
keep you. We know you want to get on with your trip, but it's just so exciting to talk to you for a minute.
Oh, thank you. You have a wonderful time down here.
Oh, you have a wonderful time up there.
Thank you.
All of America is proud of you. So proud.
Howdy.
Hi.
Bob Mayfield.
Hi, Bob. I've been looking forward to our meeting.
I'll be working with you on the lesson plans.
Sorry for the tardiness. I feel I need to respond to people, but it can sure throw your schedule off.
Yeah, threw ours off by about 20 minutes.
Really?
Well, that and whatever else is going on. Time sure can slip by.
Yes.
Anyway, shall we talk about the lesson plans?
Yes, naturally, I have some questions. Mainly, I wish I'd been consulted before the lesson plan got into a final form.
Well, they had to be finalized before the teacher was selected because there's so much hardware to create. You know, time is another problem. The lesson plans have to get scripted.
Scripted?
Right.
Why?
Scheduling is one of the most important elements in a shuttle flight. Everything has got to be timed and slotted exactly.
All right. Well, when I know how much time I've got, I'll fit my lesson plan to that.
Well, I don't think that'll work. NASA wants every word written down.
Well, NASA really should have talked to a teacher about all this.
They did. I'm a teacher.
Well, then, Bob, you know what I'm saying. This isn't a stage play. Teachers don't need speeches. All they need is their lesson plan and their students. It's worked for ages on Earth. Why shouldn't it work in space?
Well, others will make that decision. Anything else?
I don't see why there's so much emphasis on science.
Shuttle's basically a scientific vehicle that gives us a platform where space science could be performed in front of millions of people.
Yes, but a lot of people besides scientists will be involved in space in the future. There'll be space schools, space post offices, space construction, space restaurants, space everything. I'd like my students to see themselves as a part of that big picture.
Well, that'd probably be a good idea. About 20 years. I mean, right now, we don't have any space post offices or space restaurants, so experiments about them won't be much help. Now, it feels to me that the first lesson from space ought to be something everybody can understand.
Of course. But I think we should be sending something more to our classrooms than just scientific experiments.
I don't get what you're saying. Is it that you don't know much about science, so you want to put your experience on this mission into a social studies course?
What I'm saying is that NASA selected me because I'm a good teacher. I think they're right, and I don't think I need additional instruction in how to do that. Being the first teacher in space is a tremendous thrill, but it's not a personal trophy for me. Krista McAuliffe, one teacher isn't the point. It's teaching. Teachers being acknowledged for the shaping hand they lay on the young lives of our country.
Commander Scobie?
Right.
Hi, my name is Greg Jarvis.
All right. How's it going, Greg Jarvis?
Listen, I don't want to bother you now. I know you're busy preparing for the mission, but I might be going with you.
Well, is that so?
Yeah, well, it's just a rumor still, but in case I wind up on your shuttle, I wanted to introduce myself.
You're Greg Jarvis.
Yeah, no, well, yeah, but what I was going to say was I'm real excited because I was assigned to 2 other missions, and I was bumped both times. First by Senator Garn and then by Congressman Nelson.
Yeah, what were you going to be doing?
Experiments on how fluids behave in an orbiting space vehicle. I'm an engineer at Hughes. I won the contest to go on the shuttle.
Well, congratulations. Listen, I'm glad to meet you, Greg, but I'm not glad to hear about more experiments coming aboard.
You think it'll be a problem?
Well, it's hard for me to explain to you just how big a problem it is. You see, by adding a passenger and his experiments, it means total redistribution of crew space. It means revision of this activity plan here. We've already got all of this paraphernalia for Krista McAuliffe's experiment. For example, now she's going to be doing a lesson in space about magnetism. Now, they wanted to bring iron filings aboard. Now, can you picture this? If those iron filings had ever gotten out of the container, first of all, they would have been hailed by the crew. They would have gotten into the electronics equipment.
Commander, if I'm lucky enough to go on this mission, I'll do everything I can to make it simple, and I'll make it easy.
Good luck, Greg.
You go in first, all right?
Okay, you're next.
Watch your head.
Good boy.
right, now. These are the lockers where all the food and supplies are kept, okay? And this is the airlock, or the door to the payload bay, okay?
And Daddy's seat goes here. This is where he'll be when the shuttle flies.
Beside that door, which we call the hatch. Now, can you say that?
Hatch.
Right, and these are called?
Lock.
Very good. Right.
I think our genius is ready to fly this thing.
Well, I think so, too. Maybe we should go up to the flight deck. What do you think? Okay, let's go. Come on. I'm gonna go up first, okay? Let's go, champ. Come on. Ah! There you go. I tell you what, you're gonna sit over here in the pilot seat, and we're not gonna even use that booster because I don't think you need it. What do you think? Huh? Okay. Now we're harnessed in. There go the main engines. And we're leaving the ground. Do you see it, Reggie?
Yes, Daddy, I see it.
Challenger, initiate roll program.
Roger, roll program.
What do we do now?
Throttle down.
Challenger, throttle down.
Throttle down, Houston.
Go at throttle up, Challenger.
Roger, throttle up.
Now the solid rockets.
SRB separated.
And now we're going into orbit. Oh, look, Reggie. Look how we're leaving the Earth behind us. Do you see that? And now we're going into space. You hear how quiet it is?
Yes, Daddy, I hear.
Oh, look, Reggie. We're coming into night. Look at all those stars. Do you see that, Reggie?
Yes, Daddy, I see them. Millions of them.
We fly these things almost every day. Keep our skills sharp. You don't want any rust on you when you're about to launch in the shuttle.
Right, Scove, I can see that.
Take it easy now. Right. So first of all, when we get up there, we're going to try some dives. I want you to feel G-forces like at liftoff. Now, I warn you, Krista, this is not going to be like airline flying. I want to get you ready for what you're going to experience during liftoff and ascent and during re-entry. You ready?
Ready.
All right. There we go. Now, you let me know if anything starts loosening up, all right? You keep this microphone right in front of your mouth so we can talk. Okay. Now, your emergency oxygen is down there, and these are the different radio bands here, and this is a stick that you fly with if anything happens to me. Here we go. They say about the T-38s, you keep the dirty side down. But you can see it's just as easy to fly a belly side up. Want to stay here for a while?
If it's my choice, Scove, I think I could see better right side up.
All right. I'll show you what it feels like when we're dropping back through the Earth's atmosphere. It'll pull your clavicles down through your pelvis. You ready?
Probably not, actually.
Here we go.
The bottom's dropping out.
Well, that's bad. Hold on to your bottom, Krista. You don't want to lose that. We'll go back up there now and do a couple of other maneuvers that'll show you what a graceful little bird we're in. These are known as aileron rolls. Once you get the hang of them, you can do them all day. But the constant turning makes some people queasy. You're not getting queasy, are you, Krista? It's yours, Krista.
My what?
Your airplane. Fly it.
Fly it?
Just take control. She'll respond.
Really?
Absolutely. This plane's a friend.
Oh. Oh, wow. Oh. Oh. I've never known anything like this.
Because there isn't anything like this. Go ahead. Get creative.
I'll try.
Do something you can tell the kids about.
Okay, Scott.
Hey, that's pretty good. Try it again. To the left this time.
Yes, sir.
Say, that was big time. Congratulations, Airman McAuliffe.
Watch this.
Even better.
Do I get my wings, Scum?
Absolutely, Krista. This is what I wanted to share with you. This is freedom. I hope it's something you'll remember.
Oh, Scope.
How you doing?
There's just so much to learn. The insects and the humidity. There's cockroaches here you could saddle. My hair is constantly frizzled. Swell, we finally get to talk and I fill it with laments.
Well, you're entitled, sweetheart.
No, don't even listen to me. This is ridiculous. I'm the most privileged person in the United States. I'm lonesome, Stephen. I miss my old wooden table. I miss having dinner there. I miss reading to the kids at bedtime. I want to go to the airport. I want to get on a plane. I want to be home by midnight. I want to look in and kiss the kids, and I want to sleep in our own bed.
Great. I'll put on some coffee.
No. I won't. I'm fine. Let me say goodnight to the kids.
Okay, Scott's asleep, but Carolyn's here. Your mom would like to talk to you.
Hi, Mom.
Hi, darling.
Are you in space yet?
No, honey, not yet.
When do you get there? All the kids want to know.
Well, you tell them that I'm as anxious as they are. Everything all right at school?
Everything's really good. Except you're not here and Dad's cooking is... Well, it isn't cooking, it's cornflakes. We're fine, though. I love you.
Oh, me too. You get some sleep now. I'll talk to you tomorrow night.
Here's Dad. Great cook.
Krista? Honey, we're fine. And we love you. And we'll see you soon.
Okay. I am tired. Good night, darling.
Good night, sweetheart.
Krista,
Yes.
Krista, listen, I'm going to be going on the shuttle with you, and I'm not going to make it through the night unless I can talk to somebody about this.
I is who?
Greg Jarvis. Oh, gee, did I leave that out? Greg Jarvis.
Oh, right, Greg. Come on in.
Yeah?
Yeah, well, after that speech. Sit down.
Oh, thank you.
So you really just found out?
Well, I knew it was possible, but NASA had just called tonight and gave me the word. So I called my wife and I called my folks and went out and got something to eat, and I came back to my apartment. Well, you can't just yawn and hit the sack.
I know what you mean.
Anyway, my apartment's in this complex, and I knew you lived here, so I said, I'm gonna find her.
Would you like a glass of wine to celebrate?
That'd be perfect. I can't believe I'm really going. I'm going. I mean, you look at these astronauts and they're like perfect human beings, and there you are, you know, your hair's falling out, and they call you. It's a dream. It's like a bad dream for you, some guy barging in on you.
No, Greg, I'm probably the only person in the world who could understand exactly what you're feeling.
Thank you. Thanks, Krista.
As Commander Scobie would say, welcome aboard, Mr. Jarvis.
Thank you, Commander. I'm honored to be aboard. Truly.
This is lucky for me, too. It'll be a completely different experience to share the flight with a
Balding engineer who's so excited he can't get to sleep.
A balding engineer who's so excited he can't get to sleep. Good morning, this is Krista McAuliffe. Today I'm going to be taking you on the ultimate field trip through the Space Shuttle Challenger. First, I'd like you to meet our commander, Dick Scobie, who's sitting here to my left, and this is our pilot, Michael Smith.
Yeah, Al, our comm seems to be breaking up a bit. Let me try the variable delay switch here. Talk to me back now.
Okay. Well, what I'm trying to do is get this rigged. This will be after the EVA.
Oh, yeah. Now I can hear you now. That's good.
Good.
Now, that bolt, I think, turns to the left. It does turn to the left, so you're going to have to. That's right.
Yeah.
That's what it says in your checklist there, right?
Yep, I think you're right. Boy, it feels great down here. Like a summer day in Houston.
I'm gonna need more of the guides.
All right, a little bit more. There, okay.
Yeah, that's good.
All right, left, right, and you are clear.
The two most important things were knowing how to give a shot and how to draw blood. First, we'll do the shot.
Okay.
The syringe between the thumb and index finger.
Like this?
That's right, Al.
Okay.
Now just jab it straight into Michael's shoulder.
Okay.
Now here's one of the fascinating ways we'll examine the effects of weightlessness.
Make sure there's saran wrap on the basket. Those eggs will be weightless.
Is this where I move up to this yellow line,
Yeah,
Tom?
that's fine.
Okay. Is this in frame? Now first... Oh, no.
That's all right, Krista. That's what rehearsals are for.
Right.
Isolate the cross feed line between the thruster system and the maneuvering system. Then check the manifold. That fascinating prose put you to sleep?
KC-135 is the aircraft we use to produce weightlessness. Now, I just want to remind you that when the aircraft comes to the top of the climb, the pilot puts it into a fall for about 30 seconds. And that's when you'll be weightless. Krista, that will be your chance to practice your experiments.
Hey, anybody see Greg? There he is. Right here. Stand right here. Should we zip it up? Probably a little bit. All right. This one. Hold it.
Hello, hi.
Krista, I need to talk to you.
Would later be okay? We've got so much to cover.
No, I think now. Come on. Krista, when we've got an appointment, you need to be here.
Of course. Here I am.
You're late. 20 minutes this time. Sometimes it's 40. Twice you didn't show up at all.
It's not intentional, Bob. I'm kept pretty busy. So little time before we leave for the Cape.
I'm well aware of that, and I'd like to help, but my schedule's as busy as yours. Now look at this. Every 15 minutes is full. When you're late, what does that do to the other people who are waiting on me?
I'm listening, Bob. You've got a busy schedule. When I'm late, it wrecks it.
Look, when you take out a book like that and start writing on some other subject, it says something real loud.
What?
You're not here to work on the lesson plans.
I am. Let's get to work.
No. You can go. You know what lessons you want to teach. We'll just stay out of your road.
Why are those chemistry experiments so important? Can you tell me that?
You're not interested in why I think those experiments are important, Krista.
Say it again. Let's see if I can hear it.
I don't want to. I really don't. It's two different views of the world. You teach social studies, you see the world that way. It doesn't seem possible for you to see it any other way. That's all.
That's not all. Say everything about me or anything else. That'll help us the most.
The idea of a schoolroom in space ignited this little section I'm part of. We talked about it, we argued, we imagined, and out of it came a beautiful idea. The teacher, performing an experiment in a weightless state, while the students on Earth did it along with her and saw the fantastically different results. And that single action would illuminate the greatest mystery that surrounds us. Gravity. I think something all the teachers here share is the desire, just once or twice along the way, to have our students absolutely awed by what they're learning. And we thought this experiment would do that. I guess that's why we had such high hopes for it.
So what we'd like, Larry, what Morton Thiokol would really like is a closeout on the O-rings.
Closeout? Closeout means the problem's solved.
Right.
But the problem with the O-rings isn't solved.
The problem with the O-rings is being tracked through the monthly board review. Giving a closeout here isn't going to change the work we're doing or the speed we do it at. It'll just keep the review books from getting fatter.
I'm not sure I got that.
Look, giving a closeout will keep the O-ring situation on one set of books. It'll get rid of mountains of unnecessary paperwork.
The books, 1 set, 2 sets, 3 sets, are there to tell us we got a problem now. Now, the way to keep the books from getting fatter isn't to close them out, it's to solve the problem.
We're trying to solve the problem, but all this paperwork really slows us down. Boisjolet, Ebling, all of them are asking for less paperwork.
Al, paperwork is not the problem. And it is not the answer to what's taking so long. Now, that's my question. What is taking so long? You know, I am deeply committed to the idea that finding a solution to the O-ring problem should not take longer than it took to invent the entire solid rocket booster. I can't know who's to blame, you or us. But this thing is not moving fast enough.
Ron.
Thank you.
Did you want to be a musician when you were a kid?
My grandmother took charge of what I wanted when I was a kid.
What did she want?
For me to finish high school. She had her hand on my back for 10 years. I mean, it took some doing. A black boy graduating from high school in Lake City, South Carolina in the 50s was not a usual thing. When I graduated from college, I rushed back home. Well, my little brother was graduating from my same high school, but that was not the reason I rushed home. My grandmother was graduating too.
What does she think you should do next?
Well, she says I have too many degrees, so I should decide for myself.
So what are you going to do with all those degrees?
Well, I think after this mission is over, I'm going to go back to South Carolina and teach.
Folks, we have a personal best here tonight. Ron McNair is the most lucid guy at NASA. When it comes to describing technical things, he'll fascinate you. I've never heard him talk so long about himself.
I think that's right, JR.
Come on, Ron. You gotta play this.
No more for me. As a matter of fact, we have a press conference tomorrow morning. Besides, it's your turn, JR. Who raised you?
Oh, no, you don't. Come on, Ron, play.
Come on, please, just one more and then we'll go.
All right, you twisted my arm.
This will be the last press opportunity, as this crew will be in quarantine between now and the time that they leave for the Cape. Ladies and gentlemen, the crew of STS-51L, Dick Scobie, Commander.
Okay, Mark, why don't you get us started?
Commander Scobie, what do you enjoy most about spaceflight?
Oh, all of it, I guess. But in particular, now there is the launch with all that dissociated machinery going off all at the same time.
Mike, you've been waiting 5 years to get into space. Was it worth the wait?
Well, we were told that it would take 5 years when we got here, so it seems about right.
Are you excited?
Yeah, sure, you bet.
Do you have kids?
Yeah, 3 kids.
Are they excited?
And how? They can't wait to get to Florida so they can go to Disney World.
Elle, you've been on the shuttle before. Do you think taking civilians up, any civilians, teachers, politicians, is a good idea?
I personally don't feel that we should consider spaceflight routine. There's still a lot of questions about the shuttle. We should make sure it's as safe as possible before we start flying too many civilians. On the other hand, I wouldn't mind a malfunction or two once Challenger reaches orbit. Spent a lot of time, hours underwater, training for an emergency spacewalk, and I'm anxious to try one.
You mean you hope something goes wrong?
Oh, I'd love to shinny up that remote manipulator arm. Be like climbing a coconut tree back home.
Commander, you're a payload specialist on this flight, Judy, aren't you?
Mission specialist.
What about the malfunctions in the simulator? Do you find them difficult?
I wouldn't say difficult. It's a matter of understanding the systems and practicing a lot. That's how we train. We practice a lot.
Do you practice so much that when you actually get there, it's an anticlimax?
When you get there, it's just like you practiced it. That's what the simulators are for, to give you real situations.
Judy, do you think that Krista can humanize space better than the astronauts have?
Krista's a wonderful teacher, but we haven't talked about that. You ought to ask her what she thinks.
Are you excited yet?
Well, when this started, I didn't think I could get any more excited, but it just keeps building and building. I'll probably be a nervous wreck by the time we launch.
Didn't your family come down for a visit?
Yes, they did. NASA was wonderful. They took them on a tour of the whole Space Center.
What part did they like best?
Well, I asked my daughter, Caroline, what she enjoyed most. She said the tuna sandwich.
Krista, do you have any concerns about the trip? Are you worried? Are you afraid?
Well, I can honestly say that I'm not. Maybe I will be when I walk across that catwalk, but right now there's so much to do. This crew has made me feel that I'm a part of them. There's no group of people that I'd rather be sharing this adventure with, no group of people that I'd rather leave our planet with than the people at this table.
Is that true, Commander? Has Krista really become part of the crew?
Well, taking anybody who hasn't been trained as an astronaut is just something you'd rather not do. And we had to watch Krista stumble around a bit. But she's shown the special person that she is. And I don't believe any of us would go without her now.
Greg, Krista says she's not worried, but fear might hit her when she starts to get on board. What could you say to put her mind at ease?
I could tell her that she's right. The unknown is mysterious, frightening. But when she walks out and she sees those giant boosters and the big tank, 6 million pounds of fire and thunder smoking, she'll know it's real.
Ron, I understand that you often visit schools and talk to young people.
Yes?
What do you tell them?
Well, that's not really the province of today's questions, is it? Why don't you ask me questions about laser physics or Halley's Comet?
It's an aspect of you that I'd like to know about.
All right, I tell them it doesn't matter who you are, where you come from, or how much money you have. If you want to reach a goal badly enough and you're willing to work hard to get it, you can be what you want to be.
My God. How does it feel to finally be getting a chance to fly in the shuttle?
All right. Well, basically, yeah, fantastic.
And you're on board to...
Do fluid dynamics experiments. Observe how fluids behave in a weightless state. Or how I behave in a weightless state.
Greg? You came late to this mission. Been with this crew, what, 5 or 6 weeks?
6, yes.
What feelings do you have about them?
Admiration. Oh. I wish I could say this better, but I'm honored to be one of them.
All right, I think this is a good point to wrap this up. We'll see our astronauts at the Cape. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
Beautiful, Darian. Beautiful. Music to live by.
Oh, that was so good.
All right, buddy. Bye-bye, son. Bye-bye. You gonna give Daddy a kiss? Mwah.
And a hug.
And a hug, yeah. Oh.
Don't go, Daddy.
Daddy's got to go, Reggie. You stay with Mama now.
I want to go with Daddy. Vroom! 3 good engines.
You better get going, Ron.
Here we go, buddy. Bye-bye, baby. I love you. Bye-bye.
See you down at the Cape, okay, honey?
And with my big girl. Here you are. Come here, you. Oh! I'll see you later. Bye-bye.
Bye, honey.
Let's go, let's go.
No, I don't want you to worry about anything. I'll run this place like boot camp.
Good enough.
And we'll be thinking about you.
Look, Scott, you know there are always risks involved in space flight. And you have to think about that because something could happen. If something did happen, you'd have to be strong.
I know, Dad. So don't let anything happen. But, I'll be strong if you need me.
My 6 months at NASA by Krista McAuliffe. But while we were all talking, I looked out the window and I saw our shuttle pointing up at the sky. Ann Bradley's voice drifted back. You better tell Steve to stock up on a lot more cornflakes, Krista. And the dam broke. Memories of the whole past 6 months.
I can believe it, Krista. I've watched you go through a big change.
What do you think is your most important discovery in those 6 months?
What I'll remember most is what I've learned. Something about flying the shuttle, a little about propulsion systems, a lot about excellence.
Well, let's see how much you've really changed, Krista. What's 9 times 7? Quick.
64.
That's 2% error. Now, that's pretty good, huh?
Not in my class.
Well, the real journey begins tomorrow, folks. So what do you say we go in and get everybody fed?
Great idea.
No, it's probably the same.
Go.
No more scrubs. I'm tired of those.
Let's just go.
That's what I've just asked.
Yeah.
Hi, Horace.
Gene, everybody?
I'm leaving you a cold legacy, Horace. We got a hard freeze coming in tonight around 2.
Yeah, I heard. We had a freeze just about this time last year. We worked out that freeze protection plan.
Right. We're gonna try it.
How'd it work?
Well, the only protection we can give the launch pad is from the inside. So we run water continuously through the pipes in all of the showers to keep it from freezing, just like you do at home.
Well, let's get it ready. Lower 20s, we're gonna need everything we got.
Better put the ice team on a special alert.
Right.
What do we hear from the contractors? Anybody say how this freeze is going to affect the principal systems?
Nothing yet.
Any other element in the solid rockets this cold will affect?
Oh, I think the O-rings is the main one.
The O-rings are made of rubber, and rubber is affected by cold, so we know we've got some kind of problem.
Yeah, how much of a problem, we can't tell. We don't have enough data. In fact, no tests have ever been run on the O-rings at temperatures that low.
I want to get Marshall in on this right away. Let's get Cecil Houston to arrange a telephone conference between us and the Marshall engineers, both down at Kennedy and at Huntsville. This problem could definitely affect the launch.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is a diamond stylus. This is a magnum of champagne.
Beautiful, Ron.
We're going to carve on the one with the other.
And then what are we going to do? Put it in a time capsule?
Oh, no. Everyone gets to carve their name on it. And then when we're back home at Houston, we have one hell of a party, and this bottle of champagne gets to kick it off.
All right.
Nobody reporting launch violations due to the cold?
Not yet, Horace.
It's kind of hard to believe.
Is tomorrow definite?
As definite as we can be with this weather.
Well, looking at the predictions for tonight, you could have a delay. If there's another scrub, how will that affect future flights?
We're planning on launching tomorrow. If there's a delay, we'll deal with it as we always do.
Aren't you getting tight for the March 6th launch?
Our schedule's always tight. We're used to tight.
But to have any hope of keeping the schedule you've announced for 1986, don't you have to get Challenger off within the next 2 days?
No, that isn't exactly so.
Well, we know the March 6th launch can't be moved, so how are you going to...
I want to be perfectly clear about something. The decision to launch Challenger or any other orbiter will not be influenced by schedule pressure. We'll sit on the ground until we believe it's safe to go. The safety of the crew and the orbiter will be the sole criterion.
This is Cecil Houston. I think we have everyone connected. Can you all hear me?
Yes.
Yeah. Yes? Morton Thiokol has some concerns about the effect the cold weather might have on the solid rocket boosters. So, let's get started. Morton Thiokol, do you want to kick it off?
I will. I've got a question.
I keep getting this boom effect every time.
Wait a minute, I'm getting a voice delay. Maybe if you talked a little slower.
All right. Let's try it again. Go ahead, Judson.
What do you guys at Martin Thiokol come up with? Will these low temperatures affect the performance of the solid rockets?
We've been working on it, Judson. There's really no experience base for that kind of low temperature, but it does look like there could be serious problems in launching in this kind of cold.
Can you give us some specifics?
I lost it after what he said about serious problems. I keep hearing my own voice coming back.
Wait, we didn't get that, Stan.
Boy, these sounds are unreal.
We're not getting anywhere with this. The problem is we're on a two-wire system that can't carry this much traffic. We're going to have to go out to the Marshall office at Kennedy. Use the telecom system they've already got set up out there. You all stay right where you are. Set this up for 8:15. Okay with everybody?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, I'll be here.
Well, I think it's about that time, folks. Yeah, it's time for the families to head on home, because from this point on, I want the crew to be thinking of nothing but the mission, all right?
Nobody's going home. There are parties here in Titusville, parties in Orlando.
We have 3 busloads of our own.
Well, you all have fun. I'll be in much more of a party mood when I get back. I'll see you in a week.
Okay.
I did it.
Your thesis?
Yeah. When the flight got delayed, I called the university, and they said if I mailed it before the launch, that they would give me my degree in orbit, the first degree awarded in space.
Greg, this is inspiring.
Well, you've got to get it to Hughes by tomorrow morning so they can type it up and take it over to the university.
Oh, it'll be there first thing. There ought to be something momentous to say.
What? There's nothing that we need to say to each other.
Well, something better than see you in a week, honey.
Well, see you in a week sounds good. Hits it on the head.
Well, catch some Stardust for me, will you?
All I can hold.
See you in a week, honey.
Oh, thank you. You look for me and the kids tomorrow, okay? We'll be the ones waving.
I'll spot you. Kids okay?
Oh, they're fine, fine. They're excited. I told them I'd take them to Disney World if you didn't go. But I have a feeling you're gonna go. I think you'll finally be up there. I love you, sweetheart. I love you, sweetheart.
And I love you and the kids more than anything on this earth.
Well, go on, be nice to them, though.
Be quiet. You take care, okay?
Kiss for the kids, okay?
Bye. Watch it. This is Janelle. She doesn't like her sweat. Boy, some swell time for you to get romantic, are you?
You want to hang around?
I want you to hang around. I'm going to throw away your roller skates. Okay, bye.
Cecil Houston.
This is the Coast Guard.
Yes, sir. What can I do for the Coast Guard?
We're in communication with your 2 recovery vessels, the ones that'll pick up the solid rocket boosters after launch tomorrow.
Yes.
They're on station 120 miles due east of here.
Right. That's right.
They're in a full gale out there. Captain Devlin says he's never been in conditions like these outside of a hurricane in the North Atlantic. 50-knot winds, extended gusts holding at 72 knots, waves 30 feet high. Now, those are shallow draft vessels, and they're in survival mode heading back, Mr. Houston.
Thing is, they won't be on station to retrieve the rockets if you launch in the morning.
Don't know if that'll affect your plans or not.
No, I did get your message, Krista. I was sorry not to have a chance to say goodbye, so I'm glad you called again.
I called because I thought about our discussions, Bob, and I really do think you all created a beautiful experiment. I had to become a student again to appreciate it. I just wanted to say that, and I wanted to thank you.
That's great, Krista. I'll tell everybody.
I hope you will. It'll mean a lot to me.
Hey, it'll mean a lot to them.
Say, did I sound like a Texan when I said y'all?
There you go. Now you're talking English. Listen, have a good trip, Krista. I think we all had a chance to become students again and learn something from each other. I know I'm speaking for everybody here when I say we'll be thinking about you.
I'll carry that with me. See you when I get back, Bob.
All righty.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
This is Cecil Houston. I think everybody's hooked up. I want to say first that the booster recovery vessels are fighting a hell of a gale about 100 miles out to sea. As soon as this telecon's over, I'll have to see if Arnie Aldrich wants to launch without those vessels on station. Okay, Bob Lund, why don't you start?
This is Joe Kilminster. Earlier today, we were informed about the extremely low temperatures predicted for tomorrow morning's launch. The main question we're looking at is how the O-rings and the solid rocket booster would be affected. Now, we put together some charts with information from previous flights. We'll go over those and then make our recommendations.
Give us a minute, will you? The charts are just coming over the facts now.
Yeah, that's fine. Sorry about the delay. Arnie Thompson and Roger Boisjolet have been doing the research. They'll make the presentation. Arnie?
We have no data on O-rings operating at temperatures this low. But we've put together a rationale based on the information we have. The charts are mostly not typed, so if there's a problem reading them, let us know.
I'll begin by citing Flight 15, which was launched a year ago. The temperature at that launch was 53 degrees, which is the coldest reading experienced to date. We're faxing a chart now that shows the O-ring erosion on that flight. Any questions so far?
Go ahead, we've got the chart coming through.
The Air Force estimates 29 degrees at launch tomorrow morning. That is far below any temperature we've launched with before. So determining if this extreme cold will affect the O-rings, and if it does, how much is critical. The charts you're getting relate to that. The indication is that the cold-hardened O-rings will be slower in sealing. Therefore, there could be hot gas leakage past the primary seal, and because of that, increased danger of the backup O-ring being eroded.
So our recommendation is, you should see it on the sheet coming through now, not launching until the temperature is at least 53 degrees.
Whoa. Wait a minute. Am I looking at the right charts? Charts I've got don't support that conclusion.
They do. I think they do.
Well, I've listened to everything you've said, and I just don't see how you got that recommendation. It's not logical.
Why, it's perfectly logical.
Well, you began by saying what you're presenting can't be proved. And I agree, it can't. But now you're drawing serious conclusions from it, and you're making very serious recommendations.
Serious recommendations are called for.
Well, of course, that's why we're here. But what you're saying sounds like Morton Thiokol is establishing new launch commit criteria the night before a launch. Now, these solid rocket boosters have been operating under very definite specifications. You suddenly want to change them. You now want to base everything on this 53-degree benchmark. At that rate, it could be spring before the shuttle would fly. My God, Thiokol, when do you want me to launch? Next April?
I don't think we want to change launch commit criteria. We're trying to see if it's safe to launch with the O-rings experiencing these severe temperatures.
The benchmark of 53 degrees is based on my personal observation of Flight 15, where we had O-ring erosion and blow-by in both boosters. By blow-by, I mean the gases went right past the O-ring, didn't erode it, didn't even take the shine off it. That tells us lower temperature is a factor.
All right, I'm looking at your chart on Flight 15. There was erosion. But the worst erosion we've ever had was on Flight 2, and the temperature outside was 70 degrees. Now, where in what you're presenting is the correlation between low temperature and erosion? Your charts even seem to support the opposite.
I'm not talking about only erosion. I'm talking about blow-by is the important thing here.
All right, but where is the connection to low temperature? If the worst erosion occurred at 70 degrees, where is your data to support your idea of a connection between low temperature and erosion?
I don't have any other data than what I sent to you. But I saw with my own eyes there was a much larger arc of soot between the two O-rings. The soot was much blacker, and it penetrated all the way to the secondary ring, which is also scorched. When I say the grease was black, I mean it was black, just like coal. It was jet black.
Yeah, what does the color mean? Do you know? What engineering data supports your idea that the color of soot means something? Maybe it does, but what? It would be very dangerous to start guessing at it.
I have no other data than what I'm presenting to you. I have tried to get additional data as a member of the O-ring task force since last October, but I have not been successful.
I'm looking at some of your other charts. Oh, this chart on Flight 22, are you looking at that one?
Yes.
On Flight 22, there was also blow-by past the primary O-ring, right?
That's correct.
Yeah, but the temperature that day was 75 degrees. So I'm not clear what you're saying. If low temperature has a dangerous effect on the O-rings, why did we have both blow-by and erosion at 75 degrees?
I'm not talking about only erosion and damage to the O-ring. I'm talking about blow-by as revealed by the post-flight analysis of Flight 15, when the temperature was 53 degrees.
All right, how much erosion was there?
It was minor compared to other erosions, but it was black and sooty and more extensive.
Now, if you have no data to say what darker or lighter means, let's just leave color out of the equation. Now, you just said the erosion was more extensive. If it was, why didn't it burn the O-ring more?
I don't know the answer to that, but I know it looked worse.
You're saying it looked worse. The dark color made it seem worse. But the figures on your charts, which I'm looking at, say it wasn't worse. A direct relationship between O-ring performance and cold temperature is not supported by your data.
You're putting what I said into a different context.
I'm putting it into the context that I learned at engineering school. That you have to have reliable data to come to an engineering conclusion.
I don't have that data. All I'm saying is that launching it below freezing is an act away from goodness. All I'm saying is we should go by our experience base, as limited as that is. And our experience base says that at 53 degrees or less, we can expect increased erosion and blow-by.
This is Stan Reinhardt. Can I interrupt a second? Roger, it's my understanding that the solid rocket boosters are qualified by contract for operation between 40 and 90 degrees. This 53-degree specification would be setting a new benchmark. Are the solids qualified at 40 degrees or aren't they?
Let me ask something else. How come this wasn't brought up at the post-scrub meeting this afternoon? How come temperature as a function of O-ring performance has never been brought up before? 2 weeks ago, Columbia's launch was aborted 31 seconds before liftoff, and the temperature was 42 degrees. How come Morton Thiokol didn't insist on this 53-degree minimum then? I'm sorry. I just don't get your recommendation.
It's away from goodness to make any other recommendation.
Listen, if being in the direction of goodness means wanting a successful result for this mission, I want that result. Everybody involved in this telecon wants it. Be reassured, Roger, you are not in the direction of goodness by yourself. But we've got an engineering decision to make here. And it's got to be made on quantifiable data. Now, I want to ask Joe Kilminster for his recommendation.
Based on this presentation by our engineers here at Morton Thiokol, I can't recommend a launch.
I think we should get George Hardy's comments.
Well, let me ask first, does Thiokol have any more to transmit? Any further views? Because if not, I'm appalled that they could arrive at the recommendation not to launch, given the data that's been presented, especially so late on the evening before a launch. I agree with Larry Malloy. I make the same assessment he does. But if Thiokol recommends not launching, I'm certainly not going to override it.
We'd like to go offline for 5 minutes here and have a conference.
All right.
We won't get an absolute fix till early morning, but we're forecasting clear skies and acceptable winds.
I don't get that forecast from today's weather. I bet we don't launch for another 3 days.
Well, you could be right, Mike. You know this Florida weather gives us fits.
Well, what do the abort sites look like?
Dakar and Morocco are your principal options, Scope. You got high winds off the desert of Morocco, but they're dropping.
Mm-hmm. Is Edwards still good as a once-around site?
Yep, Edwards is fine.
Okay. Is that it? All right, Gil, thanks very much. Anything else?
One thing we can tell you for sure, it's gonna be cold, so wear your mittens. Talk to you in the morning.
Right, good night, thanks. Well, nothing to do but wait and see.
Yeah, 2 days ago they scrub us because they forecast bad weather, and at launch time it's fine.
That's Florida weather for you. We live with it every day.
What bothers me is decisions being made by guys who have never even flown a plane.
Relax, Mike. If the weather's good, we'll go. If it's not, we'll watch Gunga Din again.
We have a management decision as much as an engineering decision.
Well, Hardy and Malloy are right about one thing. We don't have the data to support our recommendation.
I want to make sure I've got this. The worry is the temperatures in the 20s or 30s could cause the primary O-ring to seal more slowly. If it did, we could get some blow-by.
That's right.
But don't we have some tests that show how the O-rings
We have
behave?
tests showing that even if the blow-by cut 125 thousandths of an inch out of the O-ring, it would still seal.
Let me just show you, again, in the simplest terms, why I say we shouldn't launch at less than 53 degrees.
Even if we don't have 10 pages of historical data, there's only one right conclusion. Here, look at this picture of the black soot.
I'll tell you, it makes an impression on me if George Hardy says he's appalled at something we recommend.
His point is, and I think you have to listen to it, is that even if you get blow-by of the primary O-ring, the secondary O-ring is still in the proper position to seal.
Our charts may be inconclusive, our data insufficient, but everything we do have shows we'll be safer launching at 53 degrees or above.
That's clear. That's absolutely clear.
It's time to make a decision. Bob, take off your engineer's hat and put on your management hat.
You're right about that.
This is Joe Kilminster. We've assessed the data and reviewed all our charts. Even though we had some concerns about the low temperatures, we now recommend proceeding with the launch.
Does anyone in the loop have a different position?
I'll draft a letter and send it down tonight on the fax.
Well, let's go home now.
What time are you coming in? Okay. Yeah, good night, George.
Good night.
Night.
Let's rest, Larry.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a community.
Getting worse?
Separate launch control.
Every point the temperature drops, we get more ice.
Show it to me.
What's the temperature out on the pad now?
22.
Where's Stevenson?
Monitor 2.
Charlie? Charlie, we've got to put a rationale together pretty quick about the launch.
Roger.
Now, just give me your assessment of the situation. I've got the details on the monitors, but it doesn't give me an overall picture.
It's Graham, Horace. Here at the 235-foot level, there's ice everywhere. This metal grating that I'm standing on is one solid sheet of ice.
Okay, work your way down to the 195-foot level. See what it's like where the crew will be walking to the orbiter.
Hello?
Well, did you get the flowers?
What did you do? Win a lottery?
Scobie probably did something like that, and I didn't want to look bad in comparison.
Oh, Al, they're absolutely beautiful. Oh, how can somebody screw things up so bad and then unscrew them up, huh? What's somebody supposed to do with you, country boy?
I got an idea, but you probably wouldn't like it. I think we should take a vacation.
Oh, nah, that's a horrible idea. Think of something else.
Come on, Al. Curfew.
I gotta go. I'll see you in a week, honey.
Okay. Bye.
At the 195-foot level here, there's extensive sheet ice between the elevator, where the crew will emerge, and the escape baskets on the west side. Can you see it?
Yeah, got it in close-up.
If the crew had to be evacuated, they'd have to run across that ice. It's very slippery, Horace. They'd have a problem.
What about the handrails?
Oh, there's ice all over that, too. Long icicles hanging down. There's a hell of a lot of ice everywhere. That's a simple fact. Can you see the impact of this on your monitor?
I get it. The close-ups look like something out of Dr. Zhivago.
Now, the big problem is the massive ice in the whole structure. Now, what's going to happen when those rockets light off and all that ice gets shook loose? I'd say the only choice you have today, Horace, is not to go.
All right, Charlie, come on back in.
We are now at T-minus 4 hours, 12 minutes and counting. Weather prediction at the moment is clear for launch with acceptable winds aloft. Still concerned, however, about the cold temperatures and whether they'll violate the launch commit criteria.
Air Force weather forecasters have completed their weather briefing for the pilot of the shuttle train.
Morning, Mr. Aldrich. Small news, but good news, Ernie. The ice on the side of the gantry facing the orbiter is starting to melt.
It's better. But we're still a long way from out of the woods.
We just might be all right by lunchtime.
Thank you very much.
No, Annette, no.
Brilliant. Oh, yes, go ahead, take my steak.
It's good.
Eat quickly, she'll take it off your plate, too.
Yeah, no.
That was a joke.
All right, we'll keep monitoring that, and I'll call you back if there's any change.
If the south side of the gantry's clear of ice, we could be looking pretty good.
Oh, we'll look at it real careful. Looking better now, though.
Now, you take very good care of my stuff. My football tickets are in there.
Sure, in case I'm aboard, I'll fly them to you personally, Scope. Hey, what is your primary abort site, Dakar?
Uh-huh.
Well, due to the cold, you'll probably have considerable hold time. Might not even have liftoff at close to noon.
Roger, well, one thing we know how to do is hold.
Right.
I feel great. Everybody call home?
Yes, teacher.
Imagine all the people who came to Florida for a vacation and are going home with frostbite.
A personal note, folks. If you need to use the toilet, I suggest you use the one at the bottom of the building. The stairs to the crew lavatory are blocked by ice.
I've decided I'm not going till I'm back on Earth.
T-minus 1 hour. Everything continues to look favorable for an on-time launch of the 51L mission.
Careful, Mike. Good. That's it. Good. Good.
My kind of weather. We've got a beautiful day to fly.
A little cold, though, Dick.
Nah, that's good. It's okay.
Yeah. Okay. Careful. Good.
Yeah.
Right.
Let me get this a second.
All right. You ready? Thank you. Okay.
Thank you.
Good. Okay. Okay, take it easy. See you in a week.
All right, just set. Have a good flight. Yeah. Aloha.
See you up there, Al.
Come back.
Get your feet there.
Yeah, have a good day.
Here. You're gonna need a haircut.
Here, let me help you.
One more little thing.
Well, next time I see you, we'll be in space.
Right.
Got a present for you. It's an apple.
Johnny. Oh, thank you. Save it for me. I'll eat it when I get back.
It'll be waiting right here for you. Greg, morning.
Great morning.
Looks like we're really gonna go today.
I sure hope so. T-minus 50 minutes. Pilot Michael J. Smith has been asked by the orbiter test conductor to configure switches in the cockpit to pre-activate the water spray boilers.
Oh, that's good.
Thanks. See ya.
Scope, the resetting we talked about, save that for the hold. It's coming up in a couple of minutes. And Mike, you can start yours now.
This will be the first of 2 planned holds remaining before the launch of Mission 51L.
You've done this before, haven't you?
Well, maybe once or twice.
Thank you. Thank you.
Hey, Reggie, come on in here. How you doing, man? Hi, Cheryl. How are you?
Systems have been armed. GN2 is used to open the valve to
Lorna,
allow the hypersonic...
make me some coffee.
Okay. Black. Rye.
Hello.
Gosh, I hope that's not an omen.
Jane!
Launch sequencer has started retracting the orbiter crew access arm, which is the walkway used by the astronauts to climb in the vehicle.
I'm going to make voice contact with each of you, okay, Judy? Say something, please.
Cowabunga!
Cowabunga, what's that?
That's how cold it is in here.
Still no dangerous ice buildup from the solid rockets that would violate launch commit criteria. On the other hand, the ice on the launch pad structures is still there.
So the problem is, could that ice get involved with the orbiter when we blast off?
Right. Of course, you got a warm sun now. There's considerable melting going on. That's helping things.
I sure don't want to see those icicles turned into flying missiles. Let me get one more recommendation from the pad.
We are at T-minus 20 minutes and counting. The purge of the orbital fuel cells is now underway, and the data processing engineer has confirmed the onboard computers are in the process of making the transition to the terminal countdown configuration. Pilot Mike Smith has configured the cockpit instrument panel displays for launch.
All right, we're clear on the ice. Let's go.
Commander, here's word from level 1. Challenger is a go. Countdown is continuing in 4 minutes. Have a wonderful trip. You're a wonderful crew.
All right, that's great.
Cowabunga.
Double.
T-minus 4 minutes, and the final purge sequence of the main engines is underway. The ground launch sequencer will make a final check to make sure the vent arm is fully retracted. Orbiter ground support equipment power bus has been turned off, and the vehicle is now on internal power. T-minus 3 minutes, 15 seconds.
Hey, come on, Roger. They're about to launch.
No, I don't really want to.
Come on. Sit down.
The pilot, Mike Smith, has cleared the caution and memory system. No unexpected errors reported. Liquid oxygen check underway, and the liquid oxygen tank approaching flight pressure. T-minus 2 minutes and counting. The liquid hydrogen replenish has been terminated, and liquid hydrogen pressurization to flight level is underway. The vehicle is now isolated from all ground propellant and fluid loading equipment.
Activate auxiliary power units. APUs coming on. We have 3 good APUs. Challenger's coming alive. Less than 2 minutes.
T-minus 1 minute, 44 seconds and counting.
There goes the beanie cap, folks. Visors down, everybody. And welcome to space.
At T-minus 2 minutes, we are anticipating the launch of Challenger. The cold weather has set us back quite a bit, but they're actually nearing the launch, and at this point, the families are still maintaining all their excitement, even with the delays. I'm sure at this point, the astronauts are more than ready to be taking off of that launch pad, and I'm sure Krista is just as thrilled as can be. I know I am, just standing here waiting for it all to happen. the cold weather actually formed some icicles on the launch pad, and they were able to remove some of that, and through some de-icing processes, they have now cleared the launch.
T-minus 30 seconds, and we've had a go for auto-sequence start. The SRB hydraulic power units have started. T-minus 21 seconds, and SRB gimbal now underway. T-minus 15 seconds. T-minus 10 seconds. 9. 8. 7. 6. 5. 4. 3. 2. 1.
Oh, I have slipped the surly bonds of earth.
And danced the skies on laughter's silvered wings.
High in the sunlit silence, hovering there, I chased the shouting wind along.
And flung my eager craft through footless halls of air.
Up the long, delirious, burning blue.
I've topped the wind-swept heights with easy grace, where never lark or even eagle flew.
And while with silent, lifting mind, I've trod the high, untrespassed sanctity of space, put out my hand, and touched the face of God.